Well, this sticker map has been on here for 3 years as I went, and the only thing that's really clear are like Missouri and Kansas. The last days ahead, Maine's pretty washed out. So is Oregon. So I decided it was time to splurge and buy a new one. But first, I got to take this one off. So I'm going to use a heat gun. Hopefully that'll loosen it up a little bit. If I'm careful, I won't blister the paint. We'll get this off, and then I can put the new one on. Oh wow, that came off a lot easier than I expected. Didn't even need the heat gun. A little bit of glue to clean up, and this definitely tells me that over 3 years of sun, the bus has faded. So I wonder, I've been thinking about repainting it anyway. I think I've got a rattle can with enough to at least do this door. So I get that painted, and then when that's dry, we'll put the new stickers on. Good old brake cleaner. Takes that adhesive right off. Now I'm gonna spray this. I'm not worried about getting a little bit of overspray around the outside edge because I want to paint the bus. So I'll be able to just mask that door off, and that'll give me room around the outside. So let's see how this goes. One thing you want to do when you're done using one of these and it's still got stuff in it, turn it upside down, give it a couple spritz, cleans out the nozzle, makes it you can use it better next time. I'll let that dry, and then we'll put the new map on. Here's the new states that I've been to map. Looks a lot nicer than that faded one that was there. And I also did one other real quick upgrade. Is I put this little card holder or spring-loaded top. People can reach in, grab one of my cards. Should be able to stay right there while I'm driving. I want to thank Eric, the Nomadic Fanatic. He put one of these on, and I thought that was a great idea, so I asked him where he got it. So hopefully that'll let people be able to grab it when I'm not around. Well, the next project is to put a bookcase in front of the closet. And we'll skip outside. I'm going to make the frame and we'll put that in, and I'll show you where we go from there. I'm using a pocket hole jig. If you've watched my videos, you've seen me use one of these before. It makes these nice little pockets. So when I screw this all together, this is going to be hidden. Nobody will see it. Okay, so the frame is in place, and I've been trying to decide whether to make it 2 bookcases or 1 that swings out to get to my closet. 2 is going to be it'll be 2 narrow ones, but that's fine. I think I'll be better off that way. So the next thing is, oops, stay upright. Okay, so I've got a board cut to the size that it's going to be. I'm going to use this kind of hinge. It's got a ball bearing on the inside. There's one on the upper, one on the lower. This will hold way more weight than I need, and I'm trying to decide if I put it there, how much swing is this going to have coming out, and if I do it from both sides, that'll give me an idea of how narrow I need to make these. So what I did was I marked a spot where it can go, and I'm going to need a little bit of space, I think, for that to swing. So this is going to be a little bit of a trial and error, and marking it off down here in the middle so I can figure it out. So let's see how this goes. Okay, so got it. So we open up one, it clears it. Open up the other one, it clears it. Let's see, it's closest to. These are the hinges I'm using for the bookcases. They're hidden hinges, and there's a ball bearing in here that when the lower hinge rides on that ball bearing, should never need greasing or anything. The upper hinge also possibly on the ball bearing, but if it's hanging down a little bit, it's basically just a pivot point. Now, in order to do this, I have to countersink this either into the frame or into the box. I decided to do it into the box. So what I use is this. It's called a Forstner bit. It drills a flat bottom hole, and because this hinge or that pin goes almost all the way through, I've got to be careful how deep I drill a hole. And one of the tricks to do that is I put a piece of tape around, so when this piece is brushing the wood, it's really close. So let me I'll do one of those, and I've got one box built. I got to build the other box. So frames all built. Thing to remember, and which I almost forgot, was when I built the frame, I can't put the top piece in until I get the boxes in. So when the boxes are in, then I can glue the top piece in. So it's all got to be held together. If I put it all together, there's no way for me to get these hinges in. So things to remember, little things, still little things to remember. Now we try it. It's got to go just a hair deeper. like I said, and that's pretty good. So I can screw this in, and I got the other side already done, and we'll build the other box and get this bookcase together. Alright, so I got some of the trim around on the bookcase. I put in this, I'm not sure what it's called, but it's just a curved piece. It sort of transitions from this down. Is what it is. Piece up here at the top, and I've got shelves to put in. So I'm going to put shelves in, and I'm going to make another run to the lumber yard to get dowel. I'm going to put a piece of dowel across about a couple inches up from each shelf to keep the books from sliding off. So that's going to be part of today's project. And I've got the backs cut to put on, and we'll get that. Hopefully I'll get a lot of that done today too. And then I can get the clothes back in there and clean out this other bed and get stuff put away. Start neatening the bus back up. I'm gonna try to finish this up today. I'm putting these little bars in so that when there's books in here and I'm driving, they don't slide off. These are going to be a little bit of a tight fit. I've got bigger books down here. So in order to do this, to make it nice and flat, is I made this little jig that will go up in here. I drill on the bottom hole. The top one was way too high. And over here, what I'm doing is drilling through this side and just halfway through this side. So when I put the bar in, you're not going to see it over here. And once they're all in and I get the brad nailer out again, I'm just going to throw a brad in there to hold it in place. It's really tight. I just don't want it sliding out at all. So let's get doing that. When I'm using this bit that'll cut a flat bottom, they're made for working with wood and make a flat bottom hole so when the dowel goes in, it has a solid spot to sit to. So let me cut a dowel. now to finish those up. Once I get those finished up, then I'm going to fire up the bus so that I got air and I can put the backs on. And once the backs are on, I'll give it a little light sand and then stain it. I never did stain this, so I can empty this off. We'll stain that too. Well, this is the bookcase. I finally stained the old one here while I did it, and because that's darker than this, because it's the wood is darkened up with a little bit of age of 3 years or a couple years. But now I've got the bookcase, and I still am going to put, I've got some cypress like I did on the ceiling that I need to cut down to 3/4 inch and put on here. But my closet behind it, I don't know if you can see that. Let me grab a flashlight. So the closet's behind it, and I close this side first and then close this side, and I've still got space for a few more books. But now that opens up a lot of space in the my storage outside. It opens up 1 by 1.5 of them, so that way I now have a spot to store spare parts and so on. And also, slowly this bed is getting cleared off, and I can actually be able to put a mattress over there, which is the long-term goal. All right, so I'm gonna let you go, and I'm gonna move on to my next project, which might wait a day or two because, well, wow, it got up to 40 degrees outside today. At least it's sunny. It's all right. See you next time, YouTube.